Good evening and welcome to Bahrain International's Daily Show. We have a great episode for you on our show Bahrain Today. But before I tell you what we're bringing you today, I would like to invite you all to tell us your suggestions and opinions of our show through contacting us via email or Instagram account shown on the screen. In today's episode, we are joined by the amazing chef, a young local dance crew, and some digital creativity to boost young entrepreneurs out there. All of this and more on Bahrain Today. Stay tuned. Executive chef Konstantinos Magolas started his culinary studies in 2008. Since then, he has worked in every sector of professional kitchens, experience gained from mass cooking, gourmet plating, modernizing traditional dishes, or creating unique recipes led him to be part of a team that gained one Michelin star in 2010. Back in Haitra restaurant in Athens. With us here in the studio is Chef Konstantinos. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Same here. So in the beginning, can you tell us more about what you've just created?
Of course. This is a fully plant-based appetizer. Actually, I use it as a welcome to the restaurants. It's a fermented tomato soup. It consists then of some white noodles, which are egg-free, that they are just cooked in peanut oil. It has some vegetable textures. And then it finishes up with some raw shiitake mushrooms, some puffed rice, and some vegan Parmesan cheese.
Well, it looks delicious.
Thank you so much.
So, Chef, can you tell us how did you get into the field and what inspired you to start, cooking?
Actually, getting in the field was accidental.
Okay.
So, I was around the age of 12, where I was browsing many aspects in life. I was just a kid, but I wanted always to be in the Walk of Fame, and I was exploring ways to be there and to go there eventually. And then I figured out that cooking, and generally our profession of chefs, it can get you from the smallest place, cooking fish or cooking vegetables, or it can lead you to big places like cooking for the Hollywood stars.
Yes.
And if you ask me many times, I will tell you many different ways where I want to reach, where I want to end up to. The only thing I know for sure is that I will stay focused on going to the farm, grabbing 2-3 fresh ingredients and doing whatever I want at this point. That's all.
So you had a motive to start this. There's a place that you want to reach one day, and you've reached some of these milestones. Can you tell me more about the Michelin star?
The Michelin star is a blessing and a grudge that follows you always. So although it has a very nice image of a nice reputation and a big achievement and great milestone to your career, people don't know that from in the background a lot of things follow. We speak about at least 20 hours of work a day, no days off, no holidays, no birthdays, with only one and true focus, that we need to get the star no matter what. So in a nutshell, the Michelin stars are being awarded by a team that comes randomly to your restaurant. It doesn't matter that you prepare for a year. The day that you will not be prepared, they will come to the place and they will burn you. So we were very lucky. We worked really hard. Although I was a very short term in the restaurant, we worked really hard. We passed through every stage of the restaurant, the butchery, the fish place, the farm, until we reached the point where we all were trained to reach the epitome of this place. And it was a pretty good job from all the team, and we had a very superb chef by then. I gained a lot of experience, and I will always thank him as long as I'm alive.
Yes, of course, and I'm sure it was a great moment, a moment that you always recall as a chef. And how do you find the food scene here in Bahrain? Any specific dishes that you're attracted to?
Food scene in Bahrain, I arrived in Bahrain in late 2016. By then, I remember that the food scene was developing. I think that by 2017, Bahrain was still researching. 2018, Bahrain gastronomic scene boomed. I remember when I started here and I brought the vegan cheese in Bahrain, there wasn't any vegan cheese, and now majority of households are doing vegan products.
Yes.
Which for me is at least a great way to say that you are a, let's say, evangelist of these products in Bahrain. The way is shown to people. There are so many individuals that do this kind of thing, not only in the vegan industry and the plant-based industry, but in every aspect of cooking. I see very nice and beautiful projects going on in Bahrain, innovative projects brought from abroad, but the ones I admire the most is the one that built by the locals locally.
Yes.
So I will say that the gastronomic scene is very broad now and very international. When it comes to the dishes, I will say I'm a very strong fan of traditional cuisine. So even though you present me the world's most beautiful burgers or lobsters, I'm gonna go for the matchboos or the balalit.
So
that
that's
doesn't
your
change.
favorite.
Yeah. We have at least twice a week some Arabic breakfast. And I will say I'm a very big fan of the local cuisine.
Okay, great. And mine as well. So have you tried to recreate these dishes with your own touches?
Yeah, I did actually some articles a while ago regarding a vegan balalit that I created. I swapped the egg, I swapped the ghee that is being used and turned it into a plant-based version where it got a lot of exposure, and I got a lot of great feedback from people, not only that are plant-based, but people who have high cholesterol, people who are obese and they want to lose weight. They want something cleaner, lighter, with less protein and less fat. So the other things I can recall is that I used to hunt down, let's say, people from Bahrain to learn original recipes. But the thing is that the recipes are altered through the years, so it's been an ongoing project that I still didn't have time to finish.
Hopefully you will.
Of course, it's not only the presentation. To me, most important is that you take the recipe from its roots. And then once you perfect the flavor you want to do and it matches the one that your grandmother used to cook, then you touch the presentation.
And
so
then
I
you
have
add
a long
your
way
touches.
to go, of course.
And as a chef, what's your favorite cuisine?
Lately I have a big love for Japanese cuisine, authentic Japanese cuisine. And I am actually planning in a few years to go live in Japan a while and learn from the local people. People will expect that my favorite cuisine is Mediterranean, but you will be surprised. My cuisine is, as I said before, I go to the farm, I find things, I cook them. So I will not stick to either French cuisine. I get all my elements and techniques from different cuisines of the world. Let's say the diversity of Chinese ingredients, the technicalities of the Japanese cuisine, the bases of the French cuisine, the flavors of the Moroccan, Mediterranean, the freshness of the Mediterranean, and I compile my own cuisine. So I'm not a supporter or a follower of one cuisine only.
So you try to create your own line and your own flavors.
The world is beautiful. It has many beautiful cuisines. You know, we have to.
And do you apply that at home? Do you recreate different kind of recipes and dishes at home?
Everything starts from home.
So they're lucky to be at home with you.
Yes, but it's a disaster. So you don't want to be in the end where someone needs to do the dirty job.
Of course. You're doing the dirty job to get the final result, which is the flavors we're looking for. We were talking off air about how important is it to have a presentable dish. I mean, I want to know more about that. What are your top tips to have a nice presentable dish? Because normally what we do is just like pour in the dish and serve it.
See, presentations usually come from experience, but it's 2019, we don't want to be narrow-minded. So I will say the first thing I always tell people, even when I consult or even when I work in a restaurant, is open YouTube. There are so many billion videos that if you Google how to plate a plate, it will take literally 20 seconds of your time. It's not about, sometimes I remember people older in age, usually when you present them something nice at home, they're like, okay, I don't care, I just want to eat it. But it's not about how you present it to someone. I'm not selling it to my family, I'm not selling it to my relationship, I'm not selling it to my relatives, but I'm trying to tell them that if you make your food beautiful, it will taste beautiful as well. So we are all bored about the same food. Even us at home, we eat the same food 3 times a week. So
Definitely.
we don't have the capabilities of cooking every single day, 3 meals a day.
Yes.
Even though I'm a chef, this is not happening at home, I can guarantee.
I started, getting interested in decorating plates as soon as I had my daughter, and she started, eating normal food. I had to be creative onto how to plate, the same dish in a different way, because they get bored. Kids
Yes.
get bored. So this is, it's just like you mentioned, it's important to present the same dish, but in a different way, because at the end of the day, it's something you enjoy having.
Yeah, it's like where you want to end up to. I believe that serving a plate and plating a plate, it serves a purpose.
Yes.
So, for example, when I was back in the yacht, I was a chef in a yacht, we had only 10 people on board. So it was, it would have been silly from me not to plate my dishes to the top level I could. So that means that for Monday's food, I was planning it from Friday.
Yes.
And then from Friday, for Friday's food, I was planning it a week ago.
Yes.
In order to reach the top level. So then when I was helping a friend of mine in a very small restaurant, in a local place, close to the place where I live, we were just grilling a fish, throwing it in a platter, fresh hand-cut fries thrown on the side, lemon, and that was it.
Yes.
It depends on the place.
Yes.
Especially kids, I'm not planning to have soon, but it is the way to go.
Yes,
if you don't play
definitely.
with their food, they're not gonna eat, they're not gonna get a diverse
Of course, you're
palette of
absolutely right.
foods.
Yes. And before we wrap up the segment, Chef, can you tell me more about your future plans? You were talking about Japan and all of that. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure. The future for me is nuggets that I decide within an hour to make.
Okay.
So the main aspect of being a chef, and now I quite stepped aside from being a chef. I'm developing concepts. I was running some of my own concepts, and the thing is that it gives you a freedom and a capacity to do whatever you want at this current point.
Yes.
So this can be traveling for getting tutored.
Yes.
This can be traveling for tutoring someone, and this can be traveling for working somewhere.
Yes.
Or for doing a business somewhere.
Yes.
It all gives you different experience, and I'm a person who wants to grab up everything.
Mm-hmm.
So now the future plans, hopefully, without saying huge words, is I'm planning to do a very big project in Greece this summer, and then hopefully to move in Los Angeles,
Okay.
which is going to be end of next year.
All the
But
best.
who knows?
All the best,
Thank
Chef.
you so
Thank
much.
you so much for being
Thank
here
you.
with us.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Stay tuned, dear viewers, as we have more to cover with a special crew in the next segment. Dancing has always been a way to express emotions and transfer feelings. Today we have a group of Bahraini dancers who use hip-hop movements to convey themselves, their feelings and their messages. The Dynamics Dance Crew. Let us watch them move.
Say yeah! Yeah! If y'all ain't gonna tell you, say yeah! Yeah! Give it up to Dynamics!
The Dynamics is a group of young, passionate dance performers. They incorporate a mix of street and hip-hop dance styles in their performances. They take pride in their art as they are promoting the hip-hop culture and knowledge in Bahrain. Their objective is to introduce the hip-hop culture by making this a lifestyle and a part of the entertainment industry to hopefully one day make a career out of it.
Welcome back, viewers. Today with us in the studio we have the Dynamics crew. Welcome Faris, Majd and Adel. Welcome to our studios.
Thank you.
Thank you. So in the beginning, I want to know each one of you, and if you can tell me more about the group.
First of all, my name is Faris Noor, also known as Ferocious Farrouz. Representing Dynamics crew for almost 10 years. still keeping it strong. Dancing has been a big part of my life.
Great. Image?
Yeah, and I'm Madge, also known as Madge Boo. I've been actively in the school for 3 years only. I'm a new member, and yeah, it's nice.
You've been dancing since?
Oh, I've been dancing since 3 years. I started with them.
Okay, so you started with the
Yeah, I
crew.
was under their wing.
All right. And Adil?
My name is Adil Lari. I've been dancing with Dynamics ever since 2010, and we've just been like going on ever since then.
Great.
24 years old. Forgot about that.
Great to know. Faraz, can you tell us more about the group and why did you decide to start the crew and why did you call it the Dynamics crew?
It started out like when the majority of us were teenagers, you know, we're all, alive. We wanted to do something new.
Yes.
When we started meeting up again as teenagers, we knew each other since we were younger, some of us. A few of us picked up the dancing, the break dancing, also known as breaking, b-boying. And slowly, a lot of us started learning. And from there, it started turning into a hobby, turning to our lifestyle, and till now, our career.
Okay.
Dynamics, the name Dynamics started out, had a lot of history throughout this name.
Okay.
It started as a lot of different names, we were teenagers, a lot of words, a lot of names, poof. Dynamics mainly because when we take the word dynamics, it's just full of energy,
Yeah.
full of movement. And we have a lot of mix of styles, ideas, so just put it all in one place.
Okay. And Adil, what does it take to be a good dancer in your perspective?
I think like you have to know how to connect with the music and the crowds, because it's like you have to learn how to be entertaining to the people, and I guess just like be entertaining, and like the dedication too, like flexibility helps a lot, and some people strength training, I guess. So there's a lot of different dance styles, so it really depends on what style you use.
Okay.
Different approaches.
Yeah,
Of course.
I'd also like to add commitment because it plays a big part.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to ask actually something related to commitment. Are you born a dancer or you can train to be a dancer?
Some people are gifted,
Okay.
so some people are gifted, so it's easier for them to learn, to learn dancing, and some of them have it a bit harder.
Okay.
But I guess, at the end of the day, the more you give to what you love, the easier it becomes for you, and eventually it's gonna happen,
It becomes your talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I practically find it difficult to, whenever I
people
see
say-
dancers and I'm like, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of commitment,
Yeah,
and a lot of creativity as well.
Yes.
Yes.
To come up with the moves and come up with things that go with the beat and with what the audience would like as well. And to also represent yourself. At the end of the day, every dance move is something that you want, to tell. It's a story that you want to
Yes.
tell.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to know more about the dancers in the crew. How many members are you and what does it take to be part of the group?
Mainly right now, we are a team, other than the dance crew. We have 9 dancers in the crew, other 3 more that are more involved in the business aspect or the production aspect, for example, when we're doing a video. That's mainly our team. And when we recruit somebody, it really takes a big decision between all of us, because it's also about the brotherhood, the family feel into it. If we see someone who has potential and who could kind of have a bond with us, that's mostly what we're looking for. If the talent is not there, eventually we can help build it.
But it's like the bond, So
Okay.
and it's like you see some people where you guys just click and you guys feel comfortable around them, and so it's like more like the family first and then the crew next, you
Yeah.
know. So it's like that.
Yeah.
Dancing also is really a big part of it, but it's also the relationship.
Yeah. So you consider each other as family, not
Yes.
just
Oh
The
yes,
ca-
of
the
course.
crew
chemistry-
members that you dance with.
Yeah, of
The
course.
chemistry really builds the dancing afterwards.
Yeah, and I'm sure that helps you with the moves and coming up with
with
better
everything.
ideas
Hard.
for the team. And how do you utilize or use social media when it comes to promoting your segment or your projects?
Oh, we're not as active as we were supposed to be this year because we can't fully commit. But next year will definitely be a movement for us.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're having a plan for next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, we have a big jump
Big-
next
yeah.
year.
Great.
We've been trying our best this year, but
We look forward to see that move.
of course.
And see that spread as well.
Yes.
So I want to know why hip hop, or do you also perform other types of dance?
I mean, it usually starts because, there was a time of era, for example, where we grew up towards hip hop, and then hip hop had so many subgenres that from learning the culture of hip hop, which embedded into us. I could say, like, for example, one move turned into another, So, for example, it started from hip hop, turned into some new urban style, something more modern, something old, a lot of mix, a lot of fusions towards it.
And did you guys take classes to perform,
No,
or you were just like training together?
We learned from the
Just
streets.
together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's pure talent.
Pure talent, yeah.
And are you considering in the future to teach kids how to
That's-
dance hip hop?
That's the dream.
That's
to
the
be
dream.
honest.
That's the dream.
Yeah, that's the
and
dream.
one day,
Looking-
I'm sure you're gonna reach there.
We're looking for the next
Inshallah.
generation.
You need to start, building by small steps
Yes,
until you
yes.
reach to that dream. And where do you practice, and how often do you practice? Commitment part.
All right.
Oh.
Mostly it really depends. Like if there's a showcase or it's about training itself, we actually practice. We started from a garden,
Okay.
endless garden.
Shout outs.
We,
I'm sure when the weather was good.
No,
Even when
it's
it was
not.
bad,
Summer.
even when it was
Wow,
bad.
commitment.
Summer was our time.
Okay.
summer is
Yeah.
our training for real.
Okay.
Yeah, from endless garden to another garden to a garden now in Adliya. It's a small space. We have, like, it's always from a different garden, but we always like evolve what we have. Like, we brought a floor, then we brought speakers, and then slowly it became like a new home to us.
Yes.
We're really looking forward to building our dream towards a studio
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah.
To be able to have our own studio, to be able to teach, to be able to not worry about the weather. So.
I'm sure you're gonna reach there. But you didn't tell me how often do you train?
Usually, if there's like he said, if there's a show or something, it would be maybe like 4 times a week, like 3 days, and then break, for the body to rest.
Yes.
So it's usually like that. But if it
Sometimes gets complicated just because, other than dancing, we all have our own personal lives, Majority of us are either working or still studying. And, we really revolve around our schedules and try to find enough time for anything we want to do.
Okay. And who is your role model when it comes to dancing?
To dancing. There's so many.
Okay. That's a question that I just was thinking about right now. So who do you follow when it comes to dancing? Or do you just try to come up with your own creative moves?
I mean, at the end of the day, you have to be original when it comes to dancing because, that's what makes you special,
Yeah.
Exactly.
For me personally, there's this one crew. It's not from Bahrain, it's America. Kinjas. There's this one dancer, Anthony Lee. He's like my role model, to be honest. So if you're watching Anthony Lee, hello.
You can send him the club.
And it's not just about, I don't really have to find influence towards a different dancer. If I have an artist who for example, makes music, if there's a song that really clicks in my head, his lyrics or his beats are gonna make me move.
Okay. Okay, that's great. And I want to know any messages before I wrap up the segment that you want to send for, young dancers who are out there and watching the episode.
Mainly, I want to say is to never be scared. If you want this, you can get it. All you gotta do is take the time to practice, and the dedication will pull off.
Adil.
And it's going to be hard, I guess, because some people wouldn't accept this, but if you love to dance, just go for it and just do you as long as you're happy and spread love, I guess.
Yes.
What would you like to add up?
Yeah.
With becoming a dancer, performing and battling and traveling to perform in battle is a whole experience and definitely helps you grow as a person.
Yes, it does.
That's great. And any shows coming up?
Mainly shows. Show seasons are right around the corner, so we're looking forward to.
So where can we
that
find you next?
Well, mainly right now we're working on projects,
Okay.
like for example collaborations with different artists. You'll soon see us and this YouTuber. His name is Kaj. He's a local Bahraini YouTuber.
Okay.
He's releasing a music video for his birthday. You're gonna see us there.
All right, awesome. Can't wait. The Dynamics crew, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having us.
Viewers, don't go away. We'll be right back for more. Thank you. We have in the studio with us today Anwar Hamoud, the Executive Manager of Box Innovation. Welcome, Mr. Anwar, to our studio.
Welcome.
It's our pleasure to have you. In the beginning, we want to know more about the idea.
Actually, the idea it comes for us once we start to see the market that it's need these things, social media, making websites, making application. We find that most of people who start using these applications start to gain more customers.
Yes.
So we find the idea that we need to make something that would help people who doesn't know about these things, because we feel that there is a lot of restaurants, pharmacies needs to have their how to say
Their businesses promoted.
Yeah, promoted to be online.
Okay,
to be
so
shipped
so
to be
these are
online.
mainly the services that you provide, which is online support.
Oh.
Can you tell us more about the services you provide?
Actually, the services that we are providing, we are doing websites. We build websites from scratch, and we do branding for any company. You just give us your idea, what are you planning to do, then we scratch for you from A to Z, your branding, everything, how your logo is going to be,
Yes.
how everything. Also, we are doing applications, Android and iOS, as well as we focus in social media, how we promote for your idea to be in social media in a very good way, that people will love it and will buy from you and will search
In terms
about
of
you.
content creation.
Yeah, content
So you
creations.
help them with content creation, and you also manage their social media accounts for a while
Yes.
until they can take the lead.
Yes, sure. We are doing with some of our clients. We do for them like that. We take care of about everything.
Okay.
They just give us
The idea and where do they want to reach, and then
Yeah.
you help that.
Yeah, sure.
And what kind of businesses do you normally welcome under your umbrella? Are they entrepreneurs, small to medium enterprises?
Yeah, actually for us we focus on entrepreneur, because we are also entrepreneurs. So
Yes.
more of people who knows about us are entrepreneur, and because they understand that the needs of these things.
Yes.
We go to multi other things, but they are still afraid to take this opportunity.
Yes.
Maybe they have been tried with some other people.
Or even trying it at home by themselves.
Yeah, by themselves, but they said that, but they find it like
Difficult, and at some
difficult,
point,
and maybe they find it that it doesn't work
yeah.
for them.
Yes, and at some point they need the professional guidance to how to take their businesses to the next step.
Yes.
Because social media is now an important tool, especially the online network.
That's correct.
I think this is one of the reasons you entered this market. How do you find the competitiveness in the market?
Actually, for now, I think it's there is no much competitors,
Okay.
especially if you are providing quality services. People who would try your services, they will be happy to share it with their friends, their friends who has small businesses.
Yes.
Yes, so we like to take the small businesses and make them a little bit to grow and grow.
Okay.
something
And
like
can you tell us more about the entrepreneurship program that you have?
entrepreneurship program? Actually, we are welcoming with all entrepreneurs that are going to join Box Innovation.
Okay.
We give them special it's like packages for those people who's starting their business, because we know entrepreneur usually they have difficulty with money.
Yes.
So we try to support them because if they just come with us from the beginning, they will stay with us
Yes.
till
For a
the
long
end,
run.
For a long run, yeah.
And what is the number one advice you give for your clients when they come seeking for your services?
Our first thing that we want them just to believe their idea, and we will support them with all what we can do, and for sure we will be with them till the end.
Of course, and I'm sure your clients are happy with the services
Yes,
you're
sure.
providing. And what are the challenges that you face in the industry as a new company established in the market?
Well, for the difficulties, actually, one of the difficulties may be it's in some point it's minded. Some people are very hard to believe that social media in this time or marketing are very good way, but maybe they will understand it the time that it's
to start.
Yeah,
yes, definitely.
it's like someone who's feeling that he's good now, but he's not doing the social media
Yes.
or any marketing. Then somebody who's just to start, he will just jump and
Absolutely,
follow
I
him.
agree with that. A lot of mindsets need to change when it comes
Yes,
to social
correct,
media,
correct.
because it's at the end of the day, it's a platform that needs to be utilized.
Yes.
It's the time of digital
Yes, it's-
marketing.
yes,
And
correct.
I'm really curious to know about the name. Why did you decide to go for Box Innovation?
Actually, we've been thinking for a long time till we find the name of Box Innovation. Actually, we call it Box because we like to make each business has his private and how to say like something special for
Okay.
him.
His
Yeah,
unique
so we
kinda.
take care of your business. For example, if you have a business, nobody would, if any other businesses join us, they will, everything will be, the branding, everything will be different totally.
Okay,
That's
of
why
course.
we love to make it Box Innovation.
Box Innovation.
We will make you in a box and we will make you innovate.
It's like their own world, their
Yes,
own box,
own
and their
words,
own
yes.
creativity
Yes,
within that box.
Correct, that's the
Mr.
thing.
Anwar, thank you so much for being
Welcome,
here.
welcome.
And
I'm so happy.
before I wrap up, I just want to ask you, do you have any last messages for any entrepreneur or any business when it comes to digital marketing?
Actually, my message for them is to believe in themselves. They will find difficulties at the beginning, but I want them just to start their idea. If you have your idea, just
Go for
carry
it.
on and go for it.
Thank you so
Correct.
much for being here.
Welcome.
All the best.
Thank you so much.
Guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Viewers, we have reached the end of our episode. I would like to thank all of our guests for joining us today in the studio. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram for any questions and inquiries. Thank you for watching and see you next time in another episode of Bahrain Today. Goodbye.